I think we fear our own success. I drink these beers to ease the stress. I think these tears are more or less therapeutic for the soul. Thank God I'm blessed to let them out. It's not healthy just to hold onto emotion deep inside. Energy has gotta move, so recognize the motion of my pride and let it go. It's like a wave you got to ride. Your ego slow you down and misbehaves, but there's nothing you can have to be inside this world that doesn't fade. It's only temporary. A high will bring you low. There are no fairy tales or happy endings. It's a loop. I want a road that leads into yourself until you shed it in a cemetery, buried in the ground. Your flesh, is that truly what you left behind? So much stress. I look inside an empty bottle at the bottom for some answers. All I find are rhymes, but in these words I do confess my biggest flaws, identify them, but don't you keep them for too long. I recognize that God has set me free and set apart a place for me on Zion, a holy place on top of hill inside of me, my temple that I go inside and fill, but empty out the conscience still. My mind at peace, my heart fulfilled, cause every part of me I gave. Cause you know the same place my ill comes from, my skill comes from, and even all that one day will fade.
Glory to God, welcome into the channel. My name is Raul. Just to let y'all know, this video is sponsored by Zounds.com. Zounds is a great retailer of pro audio gear. I hit them up, asked them for a pair of headphones because my headphones have been falling apart for the last few weeks and I needed a new pair. So Zounds really got my back, and they've had my back for a while, even before I've kind of created myself a little bit of a following here on YouTube with their pay-as-you-play program. So if you're in the market for anything, you don't necessarily have to save up. You can put a down payment and have a monthly recurring payment divided into like 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, depending on what the product is and depending on the reputation you kind of built. So if you keep going back, they'll set you up with different, monthly payment programs where you can kind of stretch them out more. So check out the link in the description. It's a wish list link of everything I use, and it will include the headphones that I'm talking about today. So I just recently replaced my Audio-Technica headphones because they have been falling apart. I duct tape them. I know I'm not really that handy of a person. Before that, I super glued them. So they still work great as far as the sound quality. And I've had these for years. I would say maybe 6-7 years. And I think they probably would have lasted a whole lot longer if I wasn't packing them in my bag and taking them to work every single day. I wasn't putting them in the included carry case that it comes with. I just was sliding them in because I have a nice pocket on my bag where I can slide them into. And these, now that I've duct taped them, you can't fold them this way. So these are really nice headphones. They're great. They sound good quality. They last a long time. So I'm saying they would have lasted a lot longer probably if I didn't abuse them so much, taking them back and forth. So I looked at two pairs to kind of break down which ones I wanted. And I was also looking at a pair of Rode headphones. It's the only pair of headphones that they make. And the reason I was looking at those is because I really, in my experience, really love the sound of Rode microphones. So I was just going based off of that as one of my two options that I was going for. And the other pair was the Avantone Pro MP-1 headphones. I went with these headphones for a couple of reasons. These are the Avantones. Now they're huge headphones. They are closed back, and being that they're closed back is one of the main reasons. Now these are closed back as well. The Audio-Technica MT. I don't know if I said it earlier. They are. I might have taped over them. No, it's right here. Okay, so yeah, these are the ATH-M50X, and these are also closed back, I believe. But one thing I've gotten from these is that when I'm trying to record vocals and say I put like a compressor on it and something, or turn the gain up a certain volume, if I'm too close to the mic, and it's all experience and like a combination of your gain, your compressor settings, and your positioning. But I've noticed with these, there's a lot more leakage. There's quite a bit of leakage in feedback if I'm too close. And yeah, so I wanted something that was closed back as well, because that's what's recommended as far as vocal recording mics or just recording mics, so that you don't get the audio that's in your headphones bleeding into the microphone. And so that's one reason why I got these, because the construction looked pretty solid. I checked out the reviews, and the way that the ear cups are put on there, I think are different than the average. Like these ones you could probably pull off on the Audio-Technicas, but these, they have to be like unscrewed. So there's a pretty tight seal. So that was one reason. And then also another reason would be because of the mixing features that are built in. So they have the switch here on the right ear at the bottom that gives you 3 settings. And the center setting of the switch is stereo, so just your regular stereo image, stereo field. And then you have a mono and a cube, a C for mono, or C for cube and an M for mono. So that's how it's labeled here on this. So I live in an apartment complex, and I don't even own a pair of studio monitors. And I did at some point own some small ones, but I got rid of them. I don't play music in here because I'm overly considerate about the neighbors and just my kids and stuff. And when I do music in here, my family, it might be late night and I'm not trying to disturb anybody. So I figured I might hit two birds, one stone with having some mixing features in the headphones. Although I know it's not necessarily recommended that you mix in headphones. I think if you don't have an option, in my situation, I'll settle for that. But I figured, hey, that's a bonus. Let me try that out. And I've always heard that mixing in mono is a good way of knowing whether your mix is good. So if everything, the different elements of your mix aren't clashing in mono, then you have a high chance of them sounding good in stereo. So get it right in mono, should sound good in stereo. So and then the cube settings, not something I really necessarily understood until I was researching these. So Avantone also makes a cube monitor, but what it is I think it's kind of like it's mid-range driven, so that if it sounds good on the cube, then it's going to sound good in most places. Like say if it was like off a computer speaker or a phone speaker, you know, if it sounds good in the mid-range, because when you have a phone and you're listening on the speaker, you're not getting a lot of the low end, right? You're missing that part. So for that reason, I decided to go with these Avantones. And so at the beginning of the video, I did like a little vocal recording, and I wanted to check out the audio of that soloed out so you can hear how well it's really rejected the audio that's inside your headphones that you're monitoring. Okay, so here's the recording that I did. I'm gonna press play, fast forward a little bit, then solo it out, hold shift and press solo, and let you hear that I think it's done a really good job of rejecting the audio that's being monitored in my headphones. One time. Go.
I think we fear our own success. I drink these beers to ease the stress. I think these tears are more or less therapeutic for the soul. They got them blessed to let them out. It's not healthy just to hold onto emotion deep inside. Energy has got to move, so recognize the motion of my pride and let it go. It's like a wave you got to ride.
So right there, it sounds pretty good. I can hear a faint bit of like the piano that's in the sample there. Let me just rewind it to the beginning and keep it on solo. See how much we hear.
One time.
There we go.
I think we fear our own success.
So there's definitely a little bit that you can hear in there, and it's really mellow. And I'm sure if I mess with my gain settings and my compressor and all that I could probably avoid some more of that. But then again, when you hear my vocal, you don't really hear it. And, you know, I could always come through here and like chop some of this stuff out. It's been a while since I've done this, but, you know, go here, split, 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 select those, cut, cut. And then I've just removed that unwanted noise there.
One time.
There we go.
I think we fear our own success.
And then when in the context of the beat, really, you don't notice any of that.
One time.
There we go.
I think we fear our own success. I drink these beers to ease the stress. I think these tears are more or less therapeutic for the soul. They got them blessed to let them out. It's not healthy just to hold.
There you go. That's the video. I just wanted to give you all just a little bit of insight into my experience so far using the Avantone MP-1 MixPhone headphones. If this was useful to you, if the video gave you any kind of valuable insight, please do give it a thumbs up. That's the best way you can support the YouTube channel. It's absolutely free. If you're in the market to pick up some headphones and this convinced you somehow, go ahead and check out the Zounds wish list in the description. It will take you over to a list of all the gear that I use, and it will help out the channel. Y'all know the drill. You know, if there's anything else that you're in the market for, maybe it's not these headphones and you do want to support the channel, you could still use that link and it will still help out the channel. So I appreciate y'all. Till next time. Success is not a destination, it's a movement. So go on, run with your dreams. Peace. God bless.